Okay, so we're just getting some things figured out. It feels as though, yeah, I'm currently not going to be able to figure out my Twitch. It was working the other day, but I don't know what's happening. But I just want to make sure that these guys have a recording, and that it's something working. Um, so here we are. Okay. In that case, I am ready. Okay, so Erik is on Unicorn, which is new for him. I think he's doing that in order to make the team for Netherlands to have a legal team. Workerbee is on Seeker Avoid Dragon. He has been playing Dragon for a really long time, and I know that he generally tends to favor heavy Bushi decks. Um, Oh, sure, Shinjo, Seeker of Void. So I guess Erik then must be on Scouted Terrain. Okay, cool. I love these Scouted Terrain decks. I think that the Bushi deck is pretty fast, but I don't think that it's fast enough to compete with the Scouted Terrain if everything gets working. But that being said, the Dragon row is just is just very good against Unicorn. Um, Unless, I mean, you just need to really, really use Shinjo Ambushers aggressively. Though I guess if you don't have to break, you can just poke, and you'd be fine. Okay. Okay, well, he has old Mitsu, so it can't be that far from standard. Maybe this is just test. Since the game has started, I feel reticent to go and check the lists just yet. So we'll have to make do without that. Okay. Erik has a pretty... Okay, he buys Tetsuko. So this means that... Okay, he gets one fate. This is still really good. Tetsuko does a lot of work against Dragon. Um, I assume that he has a standard row of just Pilgrimage, Shameful, Upholding, and Resto. I don't really know what the Unicorn um, row would be like. Sorry. I'm actually just going to look that up on my phone while they are figuring things out. We see standard 5 bids. I wonder how close this is to Christian's list. Okay, the American channel. So, okay, this is intelligent on Workerbee's part. He's just protecting right now. I think he's trying to play it as though it's standard Unicorn. This is not standard Unicorn. Erik is not looking for breaks here if this is the type of deck that I'm thinking that it is. Instead, all that he wants is to flip provinces. Flip provinces into... Okay, that's a really good hit, actually, because an honored Mitsu is a good Mitsu. I don't think Erik really cares beyond this point. I think that he just sort of is okay letting this one go. Once again, all he's trying to do is just flip provinces. The fact that he's not attacking is a little awkward because it does put Erik at 1. Okay, so he's actually trying to win this. Okay, cool. Workerbee doesn't really have a lot of cards that he can play because, well, he can only play 2 cards, right? 2 0-cost cards. So he could play like a Hurricane Punch twice. And I assume that if Shameful starts breaking, he might do that. But this is... otherwise, he's kind of locked out. Alright, I'm pulling up the list now. Okay, so he does play a Bonsai. Yep, this is a scouted terrain clone, so he's not even looking to um, win. This is fine for Erik. It's a little slow, if anything. You generally want to flip two as the unicorn player, so that you're on box by turn three. But I think that the Workerbee list probably doesn't have any sort of cancels being on Seeker version, so you don't super care about having to like saved forged or whatever, so that scouted terrain is definitely going to just go through, right? So you can do it anytime turn three, um, or before. Although I really think that it's only Swift Magistrate is actually really good here. Um, we see Shou Shinja here being just a regular province with only 7 fate, although that's probably going to become a lot more next round. So I assume here that Erik is going to buy the Moda Youth. Yasamura is really good. Disciple of Shinsei seems interesting, so that kind of means that he can't buy Yukuni. I guess that's fine. I guess in that case you just go Swordsmith or maybe just an Initiate. Initiate's really bad on defense, and that's sort of what you're doing. Okay, so he goes to Swordsmith. I think that's good because you just want card draw. Um, if I was Erik here, you kind of want to jam through a Void Ring because that Mitsu's on 1 fate, and I don't think that Workerbee is on Crab Splash. I'm pretty sure that he's either on Lion. No, I think he's either on Lion or Crane. Those are generally his preferred splashes. This is a pretty risky proposition for Erik to go in. He does have this Merchant of Curiosities. Um, so that's a really good person to poke Upholding and Resto with. Cloud on Tetsuko, surprising nobody. Tetsuko just makes this game so much harder if you're the dragon player. Making your hurricane punches cost an extra dollar is just so bad. It feels really awful. Board state wise, I think that they're probably equal. I assume that Mitsu is going to get at least one break. If Workerbee is on Lion Splash, then he might get 2 breaks just because he probably is going to be able to like in service this Mitsu with probably the Disciple, I would imagine. That does sort of leave you open. He just might attack and like defend attack or something along those lines. Okay, so Erik opting to go Earth, I think that's fine. This is a really good hit for Erik. Now there are a couple of things that Workerbee can obviously do. Uh, he can pump it to force this break. That would probably be pretty cool. You can do that with Mac and just one attachment. That feels a little bit bad, especially because they do have Shinjo Ambushers and he hasn't used one yet, so it's a bit of a risky proposition. This Disciple defending kind of makes me feel as though he's just going to try to win this conflict. Once again, Erik here is not trying to break these provinces. All he's trying to do is just find as many provinces as he can. Here we see that, Chasing the Sun. This is such a meme card. But I think that this was a good application for it. Now all he has to do is poke one more, and he knows that it's upholding authority. So he can just poke with the Yasamura. It kind of forces Mitsu to hold back for a little bit. And it kind of forces Workerbee to pass this next conflict. Nope, he's not going to. He's just going to go for the... I think this is good. Going for the Void hit, protecting the Void Ring is really intelligent. Especially it sort of signals that you don't have anything to save it with. In fact, I really think, oh wow, this is intense. So now he's going to get all 4 provinces flipped already. So he doesn't even need to attack Upholding, although it might actually be the best one to attack. Because you don't have enough money yet for Scouted Terrain. And you're not going to be able to get it here. Because it costs 4 and you're only going to be able to go to 3 by getting a ring, which is kind of unfortunate. Unless There's a really cheeky play here where using Border Fortress, you reveal one of your secret provinces. You gain the money. Oh yeah, he does do that. This is a sweet play. So I really like this. And actually now, if he has, oh no, he doesn't have enough to play scouted yet. No, he doesn't have enough, unfortunately. Because he So what he did here is he switched over to Temple of the Dragon to resolve the Void Ring, getting rid of this Mitsu and losing Border Fortress. Cool. That's fine. He now is going to attack into upholding authority, probably just with the Yasamura, I would imagine. Temple of the Dragons resolves the Void Ring, so Mitsu's leaving, and Workerbee got relatively little from this Void Ring because the Tetsuko is going to leave one turn earlier, but is not going to leave this turn, which is unfortunate. Oh, Common Cause. So he is on Crab Splash. Oh, okay. He's probably not on. Oh, do you think that he's on? Oh, now I need to check his list. I wonder if he's on Pathfinder's Blade as RL card. Um, and sort of just going all in on the Knight and Master readies. Okay, this is interesting. Three common cause, three Pathfinder's Blade. Okay, one Tonto, and three Reprieve. Okay, so this might not be the end of. This attack to me suggests that he has a skirmisher, not a skirmisher, an ambusher. This is an interesting list. Two Hawktide, one inscribed, three Pathfinders, three Reprieve. It doesn't do a whole lot against only two common cause, so he only has one left. It doesn't do a whole lot against Unicorn's Row, but it's pretty okay regardless. I wonder. So now Christian actually needs calling in. That's the only card he really needs here. So because you really want this Mitsu to leave, like you kind of need him to leave. Obviously, that's invalidated, but if he has two reprieves, because you can't, because there's going to be no way to be able to get another calling in favors to proc. Okay. Well, so now, but Erik is in a good place. He's got all four shown. Every single character is going to. This is a smart attack. He's going to go fire, and he's going to dishonor the Yasamura. That to me signifies that he has the reprieve. So that means that he's just future proofing himself, so that no character that's on the board will be able to be calling in favors for this reprieve that he has in his hand. Obviously, Erik can still play like an Ayushi Wayfinder or whatever, and use calling in favors that way, but that's so expensive. So let's see. I mean, I kind of think that it's worth it because this Mitsu is a kick in the balls. So I would consider the two fate investment on getting a guy down and then calling in favors him is probably good. Yep, and that's what's going to happen. Cool. So let's see if Workerbee has another reprieve. Okay, cool. So now he needs to have one of his other three reprieves. He might. If he does, that's huge. Oh, okay. No, this sad facing that. Yeah, he doesn't. Unfortunate. So now I think honestly the game is probably pretty over next round. Erik is going to go into the next round with. He's going to get 10 off of the stronghold. So he's going to go into it with 12. He honestly doesn't need that many conflict characters. Yeah, he doesn't need that many conflict characters. He doesn't need that many dynasty characters even. He needs to get rid of. So if he sees a mystic, that's really good for this Cloud the Mine. I suppose as Workerbee, you kind of want to keep this Yukuni, just because you need a big Okay. So getting rid of court games is whatever. Yeah, so he's going to buy the Yukuni. I probably would too. He can only buy the Yukuni. This Shinjo Gunso is just really good. Shinjo Gunso, and I honestly would consider waiting until he passes and yarding for money, maybe even. Shinjo Gunso here supercharges the and an Otaku infantry with that. Damn. Okay, yeah, that's really good. And let's see what he has in the bin. A Shono, another Tetsuko. Nah. Well, his bin is at. Oh well, this. Oh, you can't cav reserves this though. Yeah, this is not. I mean, I guess you get Shono. He needs a Tattooed Wanderer or a Hawk Tattoo for this Yukuni. Yeah, good. So he yurts for money here, which is what I would do as well. And then I think that, okay, he buys a Ways to Station Trader. Does that just take a money away? It does. Oh, wow. So he just wants to win on board. Okay. Yeah. I get it. So now we're going to see the scouted terrain. Oh, he has a favorable ground. So this covert's not going to do much. You still covert Yukuni because you want to force them to use the favorable ground. And he really needs a Cloud the Mind, and he finds a Cloud the Mind. Okay, good. He needs to cloud this infantry. Otherwise it's just going to get too big. So that means that we really need to make sure that Erik doesn't find his second calling in favors. And he doesn't. Oh, well, this 2 money air ring is going to give him enough to be able to resolve a cav reserves and also and also play scouted terrain, which is pretty nice. Actually, it's going to allow you to do that exactly. But once again, the cav reserves is not getting you much. Just the Twilight Rider. Oh, he does it on Shinjo Shono? Is that actually more skill or is that less skill? Shinjo Shono gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas the Otaku infantry is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 8. So unless he has a second Cloud the Mind, I think that you're actually losing skill by putting it on the Shono versus putting it on the Otaku infantry. The Otaku infantry gives you 3 more skill. So I think that that's a misplay. If he has the third Cloud the Mind, then I think that you put it on the Otaku infantry. Though I would think that in general, you should focus on Tetsuko first, then the infantry, excuse me, and then Shono. That's what I would do. This air ring having 2 fade is actually pretty big. Oh, he's first player. Okay. As first player, do you attack here? I think you don't. The Tattooed Wanderer is nice. He can't. Oh, so he's gonna scoop the air ring. Okay. Yeah, that's tough. Because you want. Oh, water. Oh, so his plan is to just bow the Otaku infantry? Does he run Pilgrimage in his row? Because that's potentially really awkward if he does. I guess you could still. I think the money is probably better just because you want to deny him the money. Although you still give him a money this way. Still, you can't do cav reserves, but he doesn't really have a great cav reserves. Otherwise, as we've said before. 5 money is really nice though because I wonder if you just favorable grounds out. I think you do, right? Although I guess it's all the same because if you favorable grounds out, yeah, you're just breaking. Okay, that's kind of a waste of a Mountain Animals Castle. That really does not feel great. Because you need all the buffs you can get for the next conflict. Still, he needs a seal. Right? Because he has Sacred Sanctuary here. I assume that he has a seal. He hasn't used any bonsais though, right? He's used one bonsai, so he has one bonsai left. He has 2 swords, so he's potentially looking at 4, 8. No way to honor. What ability do you steal? Okay, he has seal. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow, so he really didn't have the Seal of the Dragon in the hand, but he steals the Gasha Swordsmith and finds the seal. Someone's following me on Twitch, but I don't think that I'm streaming to Twitch, am I? Am I? Oh fuck, I was. Damn. So I totally did this wrong. Okay. Shit, guys, I'm sorry. Well, I'll do it better next time. Okay, so he's just loading this guy up. Finger Jade, Fine Katana. You need the other Fine Katana here. I don't think that you really need the Finger Jade. I mean, it never hurts to have a Finger Jade, but thinking about Erik's actual list, there isn't much to finger. I guess he has challenge on the fields. This Yukuni is what? He's still a 7, right? Yeah, and he did political favor. Weird. Okay, so the reason that Erik is doing this is because he has the Chasing the Sun, and this doesn't proc Yukuni. Sorry, it doesn't proc Sacred Sanctuary. So what he's going to do is he's going to place Scouted Terrain during this conflict, and then he's going to Chasing the Sun into Sacred Sanctuary, and what that means is that Yukuni's going to bow after this combat. That's really smart because it forces it basically protects the Unicorn player from having your Stronghold attacked, unless he has. Oh gosh, he would need like a. He would need a Tattooed Wanderer and a Bonsai probably. But if he's not going to play every single... Yeah, there we go, the Chasing the Sun. Now it goes on to Sacred Sanctuary. Sacred Sanctuary, unlike the HHOL version, is only a 5 strength. So he needs to get another buff. So he did have the second Katana. Now he needs a... Oh, Ujik Tactics. Wow, okay, so what does he need now? He's at 12, he needs to get 7? No, he needs to get 8. So Hurricane Punch. So he needs to have one more Hurricane Punch and a Bonsai. This is where you see that that using the Stronghold to break wasn't really doing much. Oh yeah. So Never Yield here completely negates Void Fist. Void Fist is not going to be able to be used because they're not able to go home or bow. So it's kind of useless. And he finally clouds the mind of the Utaku infantry. That's really late, but still good. Ujik Tactics here, giving him having him go above, but I imagine that he probably has something. He needs 2 more things though. He needs a Bonsai. Yeah, he probably just was focusing on Void Fist getting him out of this, but Void Fist is not going to do much here. Or anything at all. It's not relevant. I think this might be it. Okay, I like that. He sent himself home with Void Fist. That's cute. Yeah, that's a nice way of GGing. Wow, okay. So that game went kind of the way that that game kind of went the way that we thought it might. Workerbee needed just one more turn. Honestly, he was very close, and if he hadn't boxed the the pilgrimage poke, that would have been better. He would have been able to stave off this attack. Then he could have probably just broken on this crackback. Yeah, because I feel as though Christian only really has. Oh, sorry, not Christian. Erik only has one attack in him this round, and he's severely weakened next turn. So I feel as though he's just not like you don't box the pilgrimage attack, and instead you box here. Would that have been enough? He was at 13. He would have been at 15. No, I guess it's not enough. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't super matter. If he had one more thing, though, he would have been fine. All right, I'm going to stop the recording.